True.
So where in that timeline do you think that you've achieved your goals, and then what are you willing to experience through going for the goals that makes you want to pursue it without kind of throwing the towel in and saying, you know what, this is not going to happen, or this is going to happen over 30 years, it's going to be real slow, or I can't gain any steam, and limit that, limit that.
But you have a business right now that is set up where, I mean, you don't even live in New York anymore.
Right.
Right. You live in Florida.
Yep.
You got a pretty good leadership team that runs it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
why even like, I mean, that'd be like most owners' dream situation right there. But yeah, you still have problems with ownership, because I have to listen to them all the time.
Right.
But
not all the times, sometimes.
So, because I think this is like everyone's ideal. Oh, I can go sit on a beach in Florida, have my business run. I don't have to be there and treat. Why is that not all it cracks up to be? Or is it?
Because a business is going to grow, and a business is going to have challenges that come with, doing things. And if you're not growing your business and you're not expanding your business, then, ultimately it's going to give you problems. Mm-hmm. I mean, I could give you a variety of reasons and situations that have come up. If you think your management team is going to happily work their asses off for you and do everything without your help, you're mistaken. It doesn't work that way. The amount of time you got to put in to redirect people, get them focused, and then you might have a guy, you might have two guys, but how do those guys manage the other guys beneath them? Do they give enough of a hoot to really drive the business? Do they have enough of an accountability, and a purpose to drive the business beyond all of the things that make a title good, like the pay and the benefits and the time off and the working from home? Or they really want to drive the business? And it too from your side. I mean, you have some guys that really drive the business, but it's not.
Still have to oversee them to a degree.
Yeah. You're going to have to oversee them to a large degree, I think, the bigger you get. Mm-hmm. If you're going to put some substantiation to your business, if you want to grow it, you see an opportunity to grow it, that isn't as easy as it sounds. I think being away requires you to have a perpetual attention on the business at all times, because innately, the further the distance, the more challenging the communication becomes. So you have to have an ability to run the business and or make the business really not depend on you to really make it successful. Like, you just got to have loads of new patients coming in and loads of therapists who want to work for you coming in for that to be not a problem. I could assure you, if you have a therapist and you could hire at will, and you could get as many new patients at will, it doesn't as much matter if your operations are as tight. We don't have that. And we're running a business the right way, right? Mm-hmm. We're not leveraging 1,000, 2,000, or millions of dollars of debt to make something happen. We're doing something that is, I think, by your standards, as in finance, for a business, the operational correct way of running a business, right? You pay your bills on time. Yep. You don't accrue too much debt. You try to save. You try to take profits. You try to take, salaries on time, and find ways of saving money and tax planning, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're under circumstances where you can't do those things, the banks are very easily they send emails all the time, right? So you start borrowing some money, and before you know it, you're doing things for the wrong reasons. And that's why you see companies, larger companies in physical therapy, having challenges with their debt.
Yeah, that's one good thing that you didn't ever have to do, is accumulate hardly any, if well, you got no debt in your business, which is rare. Would you have, looking back at where you are right now, would you have been a little bit more certain about this is what I want to build it to before I exit out? Or did you do that? Did you like come up with a number? Like, if I get to this amount right here, I'm going to check out.
It's a great question, because when I always saw this business, and this is my belief in physical therapy, and this is why I got into physical therapy. It still stands to this day. I do believe physical therapy is unto itself a great business, meaning that what we do from a level of a professional basis, how we integrate into the healthcare system, how much we provide value, and what we do as a whole is very valuable. And I think the challenges that were in the business at that time were challenges that I saw that I could conquer, either it be providing better quality care, running a better business, et cetera. So when I first hit my first target, which is just about 1,000 treatments a week, I was like, you know what, that's a great mark to get to. It's more of a personal accomplishment, business accomplishment. I've done something substantial. When I started to accomplish more around 2,000 visits a week and started seeing better, revenue numbers, and started hearing from other peers that they were getting good pay, good deals, payouts, I started diving into it more. So my mind shifted a little bit away from like the goals of the business in terms of the volume and what it meant to me to grow it to, hey, what if I took X amount of dollars off the table today, or I sold the business, and I started to think about what do I do next with that? Is that something that is it something that I want to really look at in terms of what's a better second option or third option for me? And in doing so, I think I found that there were some, I don't want to call loopholes, but challenges in terms of, really figuring out what, what the other guys are doing when they're buying businesses. For example, if you're buying a business, you're buying my business. Why are you buying my business? And a lot of times that's because they think that my business is very obviously it's valuable enough for them to buy it, right? Mm-hmm. But then you get into a mindset of like, why don't I do something like that?
Start buying businesses, you mean?
Yeah. Why don't I start acquiring physical therapy practices? And that's what I did. I started shifting my mind to, let me acquire some of these practices. I know how to do it. I see the value in others doing it. Let me start to scale it, and try to scale it and build it up. So that's kind of like a shift in an idea. You went from hitting your goals as a personal target, then you evaluate, the company as a whole and what's out in the field. Then you decide, okay, at this point, what do I do? Is it more about goals? Is it more about, achieving certain things or not? Let me shift inside here.